Hi, and thanks for joining me again for episode 4 of my Dungeon Magic playthrough. We finished the first dungeon last time, which was really super exciting, and it's just whetted my appetite for a couple more. Let's see what happens. Oh, and then I didn't kill any of the monsters outside, so now I have to run back to the town, I guess, now that I got the fancy spunked sword. So let's stay out of the way of those things. Where's the town? There it is. Alright, what have you got to say now? What a strange sword. You must get it checked by the wizard in Bell. Hint, hint, hint. Alright, so now I need to find Bell. Anyone else got anything to say? Hello. Look like you when you were young. Huh? Great evil. You can't play outside, little girl. I can't play outside. These things stomp all over me. Because it's peaceful and it's in the past. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Alright. So we finished our first dungeon, and now we have to go to Bell. Where's Bell? Alright, we go kill some more monsters, get some more food, sell all this garbage, and it actually looks like I might be able to buy an upgraded piece of armor, depending on how much this all sells for. So let's keep our fingers crossed. She would not have been able to hit me that hard. And that's what I'm talking about stuff getting harder the longer you're out in the world. Like, that snake just rocked all over me. 12 hit points in the first starter screen. Alright, so quite enough money for anything new there. Let's go south to that city that these guys are... Maybe let's check and see. Experience to level up first. Not wise enough. Alright, let's go to Bell. Probably get there without too much trouble. And we're in Bell. Let's see what the people have to say. Welcome to Bell. Earth spirits, that's nice. Okay. Hello? This is not far from Granville. Yeah, I know, I was just there. Earth magic. Oh, I should have picked Earth magic. Earth magic will restore your health. That would be completely awesome. Man, just go away, dude. Alright, you told me. I got you. Relax, I'm looking for the wizard. Off to see the wizard? The wonderful Wizard of Oz. Alright, so this food is fairly cheap here. Just a little bit more than up north. Good to know. These people are really talkative in this town. Like, you can't let you walk 2 steps without telling you that is the sword of Magi. Yes, I will. Sweet. I can use earth magic now. That's pretty awesome. If it heals you, that's going to be fantastic. I'll have to play around with that and see how it works. I heard a tale about a mysterious ring. Mystic of Saul spoke of treasure hidden in a dungeon. Guessing I'm going to Saul. Mystics say only a warrior can walk in the sky. It's kind of weird and cryptic. Alright, so where is Salt? There's really not much to say about this game. It seems like I'm just doing the same kind of stuff over and over and over again. So I think we'll cut off here. I'm going to run around and do some treasure hunting, and if I come across anything cool, we'll catch up next episode. So thanks for coming out to play, and we'll see you guys later. Hey, and we're back for a little more game time tonight. I've got up to level 6, I got some new gear, and I can pretty much clear the map running through it now without dying, so that's actually pretty awesome. We've stocked up on food, we've stocked up on potions. Actually in a pretty good place to get going, so I'm going to run over to, there's that place I was going, Bell, I think. So, and we're going to rock this thing out. You'll see what I mean as I'm running, about being able just to run the map now. On my trip over east here. So you're pretty much there already. I can't really confirm specifically that you get weaker as time goes on, but all evidence points to you get weaker as time goes on. Dungeon of Doom is on the west side of town. That does not sound like the place that I want to go. The Dungeon of Doom is on the west side of... Alright. Welcome to Sol. We use earth magic. I guess I'm going to the Dungeon of Doom. It's on the west side of town. That's just, you know... I suppose they don't want to name it the Dungeon of Bright Open Airy Spaces or something. But the Dungeon of Doom... Oh, well, what can you do, I guess? The Dungeon of Doom it is. So let me check my map and make sure we're going to the right place. West... Must be it up north. I think this is the Dungeon of Doom. Let's see what kind of monsters we run into. Apparently they have the same decorators here that they had in the other dungeon. Do I have to go that way? Let's see what's behind the door, I guess. Kind of werewolf. Oh, he's not very tough. Okay. Is there treasure down here? Other side. Oh! I wasn't expecting that. Kill the weird harpy? Funny werewolves with batons? Okay. At least they're all compartmentalized in this dungeon and not just running around free. In the last one. Oh look, the werewolf just even drops silver treasure chests instead of... Sweet. Silver treasure chests instead of the pink ones that everyone else drops. Oh, there's treasure back there, too. Silver doors. You'd think the werewolves wouldn't be in the dungeon with all the silver, but, I guess... that keeps them in line. Can't go and take over the whole town. Gotta stay in the dungeon full of silver. You know, it's funny, every once in a while I'll go back and play a game like this, and I'm like, you know, back when we were actually playing these things were amazing. It's like, I've never seen anything so awesome. Just ran right outside. And now when I play stuff like this, I'm like, wow, stuff has come so far. Where you think this is where the RPG started, right? I mean, this is one of the first. You play RPGs nowadays, they don't look anything like this. You play an RPG now, well, actually, the Straw Man, actually, surprisingly, has survived this long. If you look down in the lower left there, back in the day, they were still using the same kind of figure that stands there and you equip armor onto that they do nowadays. So, all things considered, I guess we haven't actually changed that much. And here we go downstairs. Probably a little bit more difficult armies down here. Let's see what's behind floor number 2, door number 2. Oh, more harpy things. Take care of those. He's attacking me inside. Poison probably is not good. How do we cure poison? How do we cure poison? There's got to be an earth spell. But I don't know what it is. Suck. There's a blue potion. I think that was paralysis. Alright, we're gonna look this one up because I don't want to die from a stupid poison harpy in this dungeon. They had a bunch. I found a manual, and they had a bunch of spells in there. I bet you one of them was cure poison. Yeah, here we go. Cure poison. 3 stars. Maybe it's 2 and then 1 star. Yep, that was it. Wow, that harpy did a lot of damage. Alright. Better change my spell back to map here before sacrificing all kinds of health doing something silly. Alright. Okay. I guess we're gonna equip some of those. Much treasure in this dungeon. Lots of bad guys. Not much treasure. Skeleton warrior. For your money. Shield. I already got one of those. I'm waiting to find, like, better stuff than I'm carrying. So far, all I've found is, like, beginner equipment. It's tough playing a game where the beginner equipment is, like, not good enough at the beginning of the game to get you anywhere. I gotta go all the way around to the stairs way over there. Okay. That's the wrong way. I wish the compass was bigger and had the letters on it. That would be awesome. Because sometimes I get stuck on the north-south stuff. I'm like going the wrong direction and I don't even know it. Wait, this isn't going to get me where I want to go. Crap. At least I didn't take any damage from it up here. Up, around, south, Sorry if, I know I'm kind of falling flat here, keeping you guys interested while I'm running through these mazes, but it's hard to, like, actually do difficult reading and talk at the same time. Because I've got to, like, really focus on which direction I'm going. There's no, like, autopilot in this game where you can just, like, run through some terrain and nothing's going on and you can kind of chat. The whole time I've, like, got to know, am I going east? Am I going west? Am I going south? Am I going north? Would not recommend this as a game to play when you're doing other things. I mean, if I was doing this old school, I'd be sitting there and, like, mapping out in graph paper everywhere I was going, particularly in, like, the overworld. Oh, I was reading the manual, and that was one of the things it said. It was like, don't forget your graph paper. I don't know how many of you guys actually played games back in the day where you used graph paper. A lot of the role-playing games, this is essentially how it started. Is you had to map everything out because you got maybe a basic map that came with the game. I showed you a picture of this one earlier. Well, probably did. If not, you can find it. I'll have a link to it somewhere. And it looks like this, fancy hand-drawn thingamajig, but it doesn't really tell you anything because it's a hand-drawn thingamajig. And to actually find your way around anywhere, you kind of had to just go and do it and figure out where to go. Like, having this fairy map thing is probably the best thing about this game. I would be so lost without that. I'm starting to take a lot of damage. That means that I've been playing too long without resting. Now, remember I was telling you that the longer you played without resting, the more things seem to just not go your way in fighting. We're getting to that point now. And as you can see, like, those skeletons, when we first ran into them, they were doing absolutely no damage. And now, that guy did, like, 15 damage to me, and I was just fighting him the same way, right? So you really gotta be careful. The only option is to go and rest it in. That's the only thing that restores that I found, anyway. I haven't been able to buy, like, the really expensive elixirs or anything, so they might do something to let you get by these areas, but much easier to run through magic users. But as far as I can tell, the only thing that replenishes your, like, rested state is going to the inn. At least these guys are still pretty weak. I can't believe that in this underground dungeon, the werewolves are, like, the easiest things to kill. Got a lot of enemies coming up. This is going to be... Oh, and they're all behind a door. This sucks. I hate fighting these things through doors. Ow, ow, ow. Look at that. Kicked my butt. Okay, let's try one of these. See if that restores some of my resting experience. Yep. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Okay, so we must be on the bottom floor, because all I got is monsters and treasure, no stairs. Saw that coming. What was that thing for the poison again? It was 2 and then 3. 2 and then 1. Takes a lot of health to cure poison. That doesn't seem fair. Is that better armor than what I'm wearing? Another thing that would be awesome for this game is if it had stats on some of the armor, so you don't have to go back to town all the time and be like, crap, waste. You knew that was going to happen. I rely on this map so much that I ping it without even thinking. And I just wasted a whole bunch of health because it casts a spell even if you don't need it. Awesome, right? Which direction am I going in? Alright, so we are going to be trapped in there. Good. I don't have to kill every one of you. Because I know where the treasure is. Oh, another one of these things. Had to be one of those. Red rapier. That's what I'm using. Okay. So that must mean that that treasure, well, you can't see it on the map, but I think that's what an M and a T look like when they're covering each other up there at the top. So, didn't have to come down here at all. Awesome. At least the enemies don't have any kind of pathing AI in this. That would make things even worse. They're kind of just stuck in their area if you come across them. If you come across them while they're inside a room or sitting out a door. Oh no, crap. Can't back up when they're fighting them like this. You run away from the magic spell. That's not fair. Just I guess I can appreciate that the game is like really trying hard to kill you, and this one really is. It's like, we're not going to give you any breaks. We're just going to try and destroy you at every turn. And if you survive, it's because you actually did a really good job. Just did it again. How did they... Okay, that's something that we can do without, is the bad guys knowing magically which door I'm behind. Because that shouldn't be allowed. Because I can't... Well, okay, I can see them through the door. I guess I can't complain too much. It's like, I know which door they're behind, so... I guess it's only fair they know which door I'm behind. Alright, there's gonna be something big and scary behind this door. At least this is, like, gonna be the boss right here. It's gonna be a skeleton. Oh, it's not a skeleton. Well, that's actually much easier than I anticipated. Oh, might be a little bit harder Harpy than the other ones, because it's taking me a while to kill it. A ring. Is that all I came down here for? Was a ring? I could have got a ring from the local ring shop. Okay, that was pretty weak on this. It's okay. You can laugh. It just seems like a long way to... I mean, who would stick a ring in a dungeon like this? I always wonder how this stuff ends up down here in the first place. I don't think I've ever come across any lore that's actually explained how the treasure got into the dungeons. That might be an interesting story to actually hear about, you know? It's like, oh, the treasure got down here because, what's his name? The superhero of heroes was exploring, and he, came down here and wasn't quite good enough to get back out again, so he never left. And the skeleton and harpies traded around like money for the next 1,000 years, and finally the mother harpy in the stone room in the back corner ended up with it in return for, you know, a handful of rocks to throw at adventurers on their way by. Yeah, okay, probably not exactly like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, they keep trying to block me from getting out. I just want to leave. I already got your ring. Oh, I don't want to fight you anymore. Oh, that guy's gonna kill me. Okay, buddy. I'm just leaving. We don't have to fight. It's alright. We got, no beef with you. I'm just gonna go home. Get out of this scary blue dungeon. Do you think all the dungeons in this game are blue? Or is just like the beginning ones? So far, it seems like the developers put a lot of effort into, doing fancy things that made it more difficult for you to play the game, like throwing in fatigue and stuff. And less design. And eye candy. Which, I guess, makes sense. I mean, you didn't buy a game back in Nintendo days for eye candy, did you? You bought them because they were challenging in some way. Thanks for joining me for episode 4. I hope you guys had a good time. We ran a little bit longer than I had expected, but that's because I wanted to make sure that dungeon got in there. Let me know what you thought, and we'll see you next time.